Hey everyone, just a quick instructional video for you if you are on the resume worksheet and confused or want guidance. So before starting the resume worksheet for the future career, you should have finished your resume tips pre-lesson and browsed the resume suggestion and examples. So then you're going to open up this assignment and get inside, and you will have your copy of the future career resume worksheet. Remember, this is just a worksheet. You are not going to print this and turn it in when you go to a place of business and show up for an interview. This is just to help you get your information down. So if we're looking at the instructions, I highlighted so it popped that this is your potential future in 15 to 20 years. So you are going to have experience in 15 to 20 years. So you can dream and project and write down things you hope to be doing in your 20s and early 30s. So let's go line by line really quick. So your name, current city and state, cell phone, and email address. All of this is for you in your mid 30s. You can put your first and last name only. You can use your middle initial. You can do whatever combo you want. Just know whatever name you put on the top of your resume is what they're going to call you. So if you have a really long name, but you go by the shortened version of it, then you put what you want them to call you. Okay, you're going to put your city and state. So that's where you're living when you're applying for these jobs. Cell phone, I don't care if you put your real cell or a fake cell. I'm not calling you. And then you're going to do your actual email address that is not your MISD one. So you should have an email address for applications, especially since you're going to be doing financial aid and scholarships and college stuff soon. So if you don't have one, create a new one at Google using a Gmail whenever you get a chance. So the next section, skills, strengths, and certifications. A lot of times students skip this. They're like, oh, and then they miss the points. I don't want that to be you. So what are you supposed to put here? This is a keyword section. Remember that a computer is going to be scanning your resume first. The likelihood of a human seeing your resume at your first application step is rare. So you need to make sure that you get pushed through to the humans. So what skills do you have that match the job description? That's why we printed those to PDF. So pull up the job descriptions, look at the criteria, the qualifications, the skills, and use those words if they fit you. Don't lie, but use those words if they're appropriate. So if they say they want someone that has management experience and that's a leader and that's organized and those are you, then you want to make sure you put in your strengths that you're organized, that you have leadership experience and all of those things you want to match. If your career requires a certification, like to be a teacher, I have to have a certification. You need to list those on your resume. Then we're going to go to the work experience section. It's very simple. It's just the title of the job, the start and end date, the company name, including the city and state. You need to be detailed here. So if I'm a teacher, I might put high school teacher, or I might be more specific and put professional communication teacher. Start and end date needs to include the month and the year. You don't have to be like July 1st, 2020. You could just put July 2020. But a lot of people put 2020 to 2025. That's not accurate enough. They want to see continuous employment month to month, budding up, okay? The optional for bonus area with buzz and keywords and stuff, that's again because a computer is scanning your resume. You want your experience to flag the computer and push the algorithm through so that it gets in front of an actual human being. So you're going to work backwards on your job. Why? Because we read books from top to bottom. So we want the good stuff at the top. We want to grab our attention. I started teaching in Mansfield ISD in 1998. That should not be my first job. That's old news. We're not going to talk about how old, but it's old, right? So we need to go like right now, what are you doing? The good stuff at the top. And then you work backwards and trickle down. Eventually, your first jobs, they're going to fall off of your resume. They're going to become so old that they won't fit. They're not even like B-side, back of the paper. Like, no, they just disappear because what I did when I was 16 years old as a cashier doesn't matter right now. Okay, so work backwards. This is really important, and you guys normally mess it up. Don't mess it up. Same for educational history. Most recent backwards. When you're 50, like me, no one cares where you went to high school. They want to know what are your most recent degrees, most recent education and training. So because this is future you, congratulations, you've graduated college or trade school or whatever education you need for your jobs, you have. So write it in there. Put the school name, that's the institution, city and state. So like I went to the University of Houston, city and state, Houston, Texas, degree or program. I have a Master of Education. I would write it out, Master of Education in Higher Ed Administration. And then I would say December 2002. Now, technically, I have more experience than that, yay me. But like if that's my last schooling, that's going to be at the top. Then I would put my undergrad, then I would put anything else. And again, high school falls away because eventually it doesn't matter. Honors and awards, these are just think about things. Brainstorm, what would I want to have to make me a better job candidate, and put some stuff down. Like I teach professional learning. When you guys don't have school, on days when teachers come, I teach teachers. That's a big deal, so I should put that there. I won an award a few years ago. I should put that there. And so you want to brainstorm and think of some things. Again, future you, you're not there yet, but what could you do? Dream big, put it on your thing. If you have any questions, come see me after you watch this video. Ask your table partner and just make sure that you're filling this out fully, because if you leave anything blank, that's just automatically points off. Take care. Bye.